50 Cent said documentary, but the world heard detonation device. The Diddy receipts are flying like confetti at a scandal parade. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift say they've never argued in 2 years. That must be nice. I start arguments ordering DoorDash. Netflix buying Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion. At this point, Netflix is collecting studios like Jennifer Lopez collects husbands. Are Beyoncé and Brandy beefing, or is the internet just bored? Because, listen, the Beehive does not do subtle.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.
Follow, rate, review, and visit www.thejohncashshow.com. And if the spirit moves you, the Cash App is the $, John Cash Show Podcast. Welcome to an all-new edition of the John Cash Show Podcast, where your truth gets told even if your therapist can't handle it.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you. I came up with that myself. Pat on the back. This episode is all about receipts, all about reactions, all about the culture doing what the culture does best: decode, dissect, and drag when needed. Now, I am the host with the most, the CEO of FAFO, John Cash, and with me is my co-pilot on today. Welcome back. You know, workman's comp, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
signed my 10-day contract.
The 10-day contract, yes.
Yeah.
Josh is back in the building.
I can't believe it. It's like a whole new show. We got a whole new setup.
Yeah,
whole new intro.
Yeah.
Telling me about all your dreams before we start the show and everything like that. I was just like, these are cute. I mean, like, this is a whole new show. I love it. Intro was fire.
Yeah. I'm trying to be a little bit more like PG.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more PG. Be like, oh my stars. so yes, welcome back. This is Real, Raw, Reckless, and Righteously Ratchet. Now let's jump into the hot topics of the week. 50 Cent's documentary, The Reckoning, the Diddy documentary. Let's talk about some interesting interviews. Let's talk about some interesting behind the scenes footage. Now, this is a legitimate documentary.
For real.
This is not one of those foo-foo, she kind of, documentaries. They had some really inside people.
Mm-hmm.
They had the original co-founder of Bad Boy Entertainment, Kirk Burrowes.
Yep.
He does not do interviews like that.
Yeah.
They had Mark Curry, one of Diddy's ghostwriters for years.
Yeah.
People also forget that 50 used to ghostwrite for.
Yeah, Mark Curry is like low-key the star of this thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they had Erick Sermon. Now, there was a part where he said that he was with Misa Hilton Brim, Diddy's first baby mother, right? Yeah, first baby mother.
Yeah.
And got her out the car, was like about to fight him, and then they drove around the block, and then he played a record. I said, what?
Yeah. Wild story.
He's like, what? I thought it was going to be like, oh, we were scrapping, we were throwing heads, and that was a wet towel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, they also had footage of him talking with his defense attorney, Mark Angafillo.
I can't remember his name, but that footage was. Did you know that footage was going to be in there? Like,
no, yeah. I was surprised. I was like, how did they get that footage?
Yeah, I feel like that's the $1 million question, because like, I think this documentary is great even without that footage, but it's not the same. With what's it called? It's not the same documentary with without it. Like, I couldn't believe he was filming this the entire time.
And it seemed like he was trying to film it to prove like his innocence, or that he was fighting for his innocence, but it tremendously backfired, because whoever was recording the content, I'm going to assume they reached out to 50's camp.
I want to know there's a documentary just in that story.
Yeah, because that's the mole. That's the real life definition of the mole. Because there's no way that they got that in-depth conversation, and it wasn't like he was comfortable in front of that camera.
Like super, like you could tell there was no trying to play it up for the cameras or to be a different person behind the scenes. Like you got a chance to really see him as Diddy in his everyday life, and that shit was nasty.
It was very nasty, and it just confirms what a lot of people have said in the past about him. Now, what's also amazing is the speed of which this documentary hit #1 in not just the United States, but in the United Kingdom. And it outdid Stranger Things. That is one of the signature series
that's crazy.
Of Netflix.
Like a real Netflix original series.
Yeah, it's a real Netflix original series. And it also did their crown jewel of live events now, WWE Raw.
Yeah.
So for it to be #1 for as long as it has been since its release, people are very interested, and it just speaks to the volume of Diddy's cultural chokehold and legacy that he has. Now, let's get into why 50 Cent is the petty king of long-form media. This man has built his career, and I don't think we're striving enough to be, petty. I don't think we're reaching our full potential.
Yeah.
Like
you're
Kendrick
right.
Lamar did and like 50 Cent has done.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So he has he bought the rights to Paid in Full, which is the hallmark signature movie in Dame Dash's production, credit.
Yeah.
A man who he just had like a back and forth with, and now he's teaming up with Cameron, who used to be one of Dame Dash's closest friends.
He's the best at this, man. Like
I love him.
I
love him.
He is the best at it. And he does it all with a smile on his face.
I love it. I love it.
Did you see the interview with him and the director, who I'm going to look up and get her name right in just a second here, but did you see the interview with him and the director? I want to say it was like a day or two before the episodes dropped on Netflix.
Yeah, he was like, "What feud?" I just love it. But jokes aside, there are real accusations and real people involved and real consequences. But, the internet loves mess, but this story is more than just entertainment. Now, let me ask you this question. Is this documentary justice, or is it just entertainment dressed as accountability?
I think it's, honestly, this is going to sound like a real cop-out, but I think it's both. I think it really actually accomplishes both things really well. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's super fucking entertaining. Like, I mean, and I think it's just because of the main character in it. I mean, Diddy, I think the one thing I realized while watching this is, like, we all know that Diddy is famous, but I didn't really think about just how famous he really is or was, because like you don't think of him as like the biggest, like the best artist you've ever heard, no. or you know what I'm saying? Like he's not like one, like you can't really pinpoint at him. Like usually when you think about like super celebrities, you're like, oh, they're the greatest at X, Y, and Z. But really it's just, but when I really sat back and thought about it, I was just like, while watching this, it made me realize that like him being a cultural icon, this global cultural icon is like something that I never really ascribed to Diddy until I started watching this documentary. And it also like reframed how I looked at certain situations. Like I remember sitting down and watching after Biggie died. It's like he has the choir out there all dressed in white doing that performance with Sting and
during the Video Music Awards.
Yeah, during the Video Music Awards. And like that was like a moment that I had forgotten about as a child, but I remember having real feelings watching that performance. You know what I'm saying? And that completely reframed everything. So like rewatching that, like I think it is something that is A, entertaining, but B, I do think there is real accountability here because it's not a fluff piece at all.
No.
And the other thing that I think this is like even amps the level of petty even more. I would say that 50 was actually, and I should say Alexandria Stapleton is the director. They're actually very fair to Diddy in the sense where like they create the whole character arc. Like they talk about his backstory. It's not just a slander piece either. Like it's just presenting the facts from the people presenting the facts that are known out there in public and the commentary from the people that were closest to him. That's really it. I don't really feel like there's a lot of spin on this at all in any direction.
Well, we know one damn thing for sure. When 50 Cent has a grudge, he doesn't move on. He moves into production.
Yeah.
And at this point, Diddy is probably flinching every time 50 Cent uploads something online. Now, let's pivot to, well, while 50 Cent is producing documentaries like he's collecting Infinity Stones, Taylor Swift fans are over here celebrating the first conflict-free relationship in human history. Let's talk about it. Travis Kelce recently stated that him and Taylor Swift have never argued in the past 2 years that they have been dating and now currently engaged.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's realistic or that's just good PR?
Honestly, I feel like it could be. I'm gonna go the other way on this. I actually think it's impossible that it could be true. But I only say that because I don't really feel like 2 years in this day and age is really a lot of time. Because especially with those two types of people who are really entrenched in the professions that they're doing, like her music takes up a lot of time, his football takes up a lot of time. So in my opinion, the amount of time that they actually probably get to spend together is probably the equivalent of somebody who's probably only been dating someone for like 8 months or something like that. I'd probably cut it in half. Because if you think about it, like he's in football training camp, games and stuff like that. He ain't really have that much time to be around her. And then she's out here doing worldwide tours and shit. So how much time have they really spent together in 2 years? So that's the reason why I say like it probably could be true that they really haven't had a serious argument, which is why I probably, if I was a celebrity, I would take many years to wait until I got engaged to somebody. But like I also will say this, like I really wonder what it's going to be like once he retires. Because, he's only got a couple more seasons left at most. If not, this might even be
I think there's rumors that this might
be his last season. And I'm just saying that to give him some leeway there. But like, what is it going to be like once he's around all the time?
My thing is, according to studies, most couples argue 2 to 3 times a month. So 2 years with no conflict, either they're enlightened or they're avoiding the hard conversations.
I think that's probably it. Or it just hasn't come up yet. I honestly think it could not have come up yet. What's hard about, from the outside looking in, like, what do you think is hard about their relationship right now? Like,
Kayla Nicole. That's what's hard about their relationship. That's all I'm saying. Like, I know he probably watched that video, several hundred times. Yeah. Wasn't man enough for me. Now, I don't understand social media's obsession with perfect couples. They did this originally with Jay-Z and Beyonce up until the elevator fight.
Yeah.
Then they're starting. You could start to see them do it with ASAP, Rocky and Rihanna child.
And Rihanna.
Yeah.
I know it's a sore spot for you.
Yeah, very sore spot.
I'm surprised you brought that one up.
Yeah. But they're making it, like trying to make step, fetch happen.
Yeah.
Never argued. Couldn't be me. I argue with people in my dreams. Okay. And Taylor Swift has written 37 breakup anthems. Now all of a sudden, no arguments.
Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody that we've had like a long runway in the beginning where you haven't argued with them at all?
I argued the first 57 seconds. Okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You literally just stated I argue all the time.
I argue all the time. I'm not going to say I argue all the time because that sounds hella toxic. Yeah. I just state my opinion and I'm very vocal and, vociferous with it.
That's what a person who's argumentative says.
Welcome back, Josh.
Yes. Do you think it's an indication of either good things or bad things to come with them?
I'm leery ever since that PR contract leaked. Allegedly, the PR contract leaked. I think that it's only a matter of time till they break up. I honestly, they're supposed to get married June 13th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
By 2030, I don't think they'll be together.
Wow. So you're saying pretty much 4 years. You're giving them 4 years, and
That gives enough time for a baby.
Yeah.
Because remember, she's Miss Americana.
Yeah.
She can't have a baby out of wedlock.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Unlike one of the stars we're about to talk about in the next segment. Hell of a segue.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Speaking of which, Brandy versus Beyonce. Now, apparently, there's a beef between these two. Now, it all started when Beyonce recently attended the Boy Is Mine tour, where Kelly Rowland was opening up, and she was taking pictures. The internet is going to buzz with this, that she was taking pictures with Solange, Monica, Patti LaBelle, and someone else. I forget right now off the top of my head. She's also taking pictures, and Kelly Rowland, and she's also taking pictures of her walking out of the arena and cropping out Brandy's picture and just having Monica in the picture in the upper left corner. So people are now, like, fans are noticing. And Ray J got to have an opinion about something and about everything. And, when he's not pulling out guns on his
Lord knows what he's doing day to day.
And when he's not, badgering the Kardashian clan, he has something to say. And it just is a testament to internet culture manufacturing feuds. Now, I'm quite sure that, and there's also a video going around where Brandy, I guess she's going to the stage and Beyonce is like turning around. But in those backstage environments, I've been in like those backstage environments. It's a lot of rushing around, a lot of moving pieces.
It's chaotic.
Yeah, and you don't want to be in people's way. Like, so it could be that. So with Brandy's legacy and Beyonce's legacy, now you have their fan base trying to pit the two against each other. And I honestly, maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm not paying enough attention. Maybe if it was Rihanna and Tiana Taylor, I'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Because I'm more into Rihanna. And I mean, I love Beyonce. Please. Yeah. I already posted a video with White Wesley Pipes saying he don't fuck with Beyonce. And they was like, get him off the show. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Shout out to him.
It was in my DMs heavy. Get him the fuck off the show. Like I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, damn, people can have their opinions. Like, no. Like yeah. So I believe that if Beyonce actually had a beef with somebody, the whole world will know it. I think it's just it's just circumstantial.
Yeah, I don't.
She too grown. She got three kids.
This feels like a non-story to me. This feels like this feels like the fans want to make this be somebody. This feels like, I mean, I don't really understand how the story broke. I'm learning about this from you for the first time. Yeah. But it sounds like a couple of pictures got, because I know Beyonce's isn't out here editing pictures. I don't see her out here cropping people out of pictures.
She cropped people out.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's an infamous post. She said happy birthday, but she had cropped. And it was just her. Okay.
See that I feel is different, because it's just like I'm not trying to have anybody else in the picture but me. That feels a little bit different.
Beyonce has a side. She's a Virgo.
Yeah,
I know enough Virgos in my life to know.
I know she got like that attention to detail. So I'm not trying to say like she wouldn't have known or anything like that, but I just don't think she cares. I don't think she cares enough. Even if there was like a beef between her and Brandy, like I don't think that she would care enough to not have her picture with her or something like that. Like I just can't. I don't. And the thing is, like, I'm not gonna say what the White Wesley Pipes said.
Yeah, please
but
don't.
But I'm not out here like trying to cape for Beyonce 24/7, 365 like that either. What do you?
Nice.
What do you? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because my DMs was on fire for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, oh Jesus, another
Come on now. It's
notification. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of industry shakeups, let's talk about Netflix. They saying while y'all out here arguing about imaginary beef, we're buying entire studios. So this past week, Netflix announced that they have acquired Warner Brothers Discovery for the staggering amount of $82.7 billion. Now, this includes HBO Max, the DC Universe, Cartoon Network, and the Warner Brothers Library, which includes The Sopranos, Sex and the City. It is a bunch of like titles, especially from the HBO brand. Now, my concern, the consumer fallout, the subscription prices, you already know it's going to go up.
Yep.
It's going to go up because Netflix, well, they take out of my account $37 because I have multiple people on my account in my household. So I don't forget about the shit until it pops up on my Apple Pay. Like $37. What the fuck? Like, y'all better watch Netflix. Like, now you have the content migration. You have fewer studios competing, and you also potentially can have fan backlash where they withdraw from the services or unsubscribe from the services. And also it can affect the creative community because it's less outlets for them to put their art on. Eventually, it might just be Netflix and Tubi.
I mean, this is the way the world is going, man. Like, especially with these big media companies. I mean, what's it called? I think it's really scary that they could. What's it called? I think it's really scary that they could do that because I'm just like, to your point, it really kills competition. And I mean, the one thing I'll give Netflix some credit for is like they don't really seem to be telling creators who are making stuff that they put the money behind, like what they want it to be or anything like that, because they have such a wide range of stuff that they put money behind. But I still am just like, if it comes down to one or two companies that you can potentially get your stuff out on platforms, it's like, it's just not a good thing for it. Ultimately, that's never been a good thing for creators.
Exactly. Now, at this rate, Netflix is about to start charging a breathing fee. Okay. And it's like at this rate. And Netflix buying Warner Brothers is like your landlord buying your job. They own your time and your living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good thing.
Yeah.
So
$82 billion.
82 billion. They could pay off a lot of people's student loans with that.
82 billion. I mean,
82.7 billion. So round that up, 83 billion.
Yeah.
And they took on the reason why it's that high, they took on the $10 billion of debt.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably a decent amount of debt going on with
$10 billion of debt. Not million, $1 billion of debt.
Yeah. But if you think about it, it's like they literally just bought, because I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about it in terms of new content, but it's like they just bought the masters, essentially, if you think about it from a music perspective, of all the properties of all those shows.
Most popular franchises.
And that's, I mean, there are people who exclusively just watch old stuff all the time. I mean, I go through those phases where I'm just like, I just want to rewatch the whole season of The Wire, And now instead
You think they'll have that?
Huh?
You think they'll have that?
Yeah, because that was an HBO show, right?
Yeah.
So like that's what's going to happen. All that stuff is going to wind up. But instead of it being on my question is wondering whether or not whether all that stuff is going to be on Netflix or they're just going to collect revenues from like HBO Max and allow those apps to continue to be like what they are. So,
well, you heard it from the returning Josh.
Yeah.
And y'all, this has been Receipts and Reactions, from $1 billion takeovers to beefs that may not even exist to documentaries blowing up the culture. We broke it all down. Make sure you subscribe. Share the episode with the nosiest person you know. And hit thejohncastshow.com for everything The John Cash Show. And if you love the show, make sure you support the movement, the Cash App on the screen, John Cash Show Podcast. And remember, the internet never forgets. It just waits for the right moment to remind you. This is John Cash Show Podcast. Bitches.
That was great. That was great.
Yes, thank you.
John, you've been I'm proud. Proud. My man got okay.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.